Well, hi, I'm Jay Arthur, author of Lean Six Sigma Demystified and QI Macros. I have sympathy for W. Edwards Deming. You know, he learned quality improvement at Western Electric with Schuhart back in the 20s and 30s. And then all of those tools were used in World War II. But after World War II, you know, he was sort of a pariah. And so he had to go to Japan and help their car industry come alive and, you know, build a level of quality. And then eventually, you know, American auto manufacturers said, there's something going on over there. I don't know what, but I think we better find out. And so Deming was reintroduced. Now, I saw Deming in a 4-day seminar back in about 1990. And, you know, he was stern and, you know, 14 principles, right? So I understand he's probably so annoyed that everybody doesn't want to get on board with things that are probably pretty easy to implement and save a lot of time and energy. And I've felt the same way, right? It's you know, because of QI macros and things that I've done and books that I've written and everything else, you know, most of the time I feel like I'm in a little isolated bubble and I can't tell what's going on. But then every once in a while I go to a conference and somebody comes up. I was at one healthcare conference and an emergency department director came up to me and he said, "You saved my life." And then he ran off. And I was like, wait! Somehow putting in QI macros and measuring things made life easier for him as an ED director. I had another guy come up to me at a conference from Norway, you know, and he took one of my books on agile process innovation and looked at it, and he was like very sternly looking at it. But he read it on the way back on the plane. He came the next year to the conference, and he walked up to me and he said, I saw your idea about agile process innovation, and I scoffed, he says. And then I read the book on the way back on the plane, and I tried it. And then he smiled and he said, "It works." These are the kinds of things that reinforce the magic of what we're trying to do. And then the guy who came up to me at the conference this year and said, you know, I took your Yellow Belt training and I used QI macros to help my company save $5 million. And women come up to me at these conferences and they go, I use QI macros every day. And I thought, I don't even use it every day. How can you possibly use it every day? But they do. So I feel a level of empathy or sympathy for Deming struggling all these years to get people to embrace quality improvement. You know, but maybe if we just reach out and start to teach other people, we can get more and more people involved, make it easier and easier. That's what I'm trying to do with QI macros, because it's the only software that automates all kinds of things like choosing the right control chart or statistic, building entire improvement projects from raw data. Nobody else does that. I'm trying to automate the hard parts so we can get on with the good parts, which is improvement. That's all anybody cares about anyway. So that's my improvement insight for this week. The next time somebody does something remarkable, let them know, right? Or if you're using QI macros, write an article, get it published, send me a copy. Or if you're doing an improvement poster for a conference, maybe you need help with that, send it to us, we can help you with that, right? And make a better poster. Because I think most of the posters that are out there are 89% line and bar charts, the Dumb and Dumber of charts. But if you start to show your work, you know, Seth Godin always says this, show your work, that you can get more people engaged and moving. And maybe I won't have to have so much sympathy for all the people around me who are trying to lead and guide these improvement efforts. That's my improvement insight for this week. Let's go out and improve something. Let's make the world a better place.